Hey guys, this is Tommy with Geek Tyrant and Card Games on Computers. Konami was kind enough to send out a box for Eternity Code, which is finally coming out next week. It's finally coming to the US next week, I should say. It's already been released in Europe. People are loving it, but it's now finally going to be tournament legal whenever tournaments happen again. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's see what we get. I'll be honest, I haven't followed Eternity Code too much, but I do know Link Cross is going to be a highly sought after card, as it really helps with a lot of those terrible combos that people are doing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that Link Cross gets banned on the ban list. It probably won't happen because the set is so new and everything, so we probably won't see it on the ban list yet, but it probably does deserve to go on the ban list at some point. But yeah, unfortunately, other than that, I'm not really sure what to expect from Eternity Code. I think a bunch of Plunder Patrol cards are supposed to be released, so that's cool. Plunder Patrol cards are it's a fun idea in my opinion. You know, have these cute little pirates. Okay, so we'll go ahead. We'll start with this side. I've got some card sleeves ready to go for when we get the good stuff. And let's see what we get in our first Eternity Code pack. Okay. Necro-Equip Prism. Target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon one monster from your hand with an equal or lower level than that target, then equip that target to it. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same name as that equip card. While a monster is equipped to the summoned monster by this effect, it gains attack equal to half the attack of the equipped monster. You can only activate one Necro-Equip Prism per turn. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Codebreaker 0 Day. All Link monsters pointing to this card lose 1,000 attack except Codebreaker Link monsters. If a Codebreaker Link monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is on the field, destroy this card. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add one Codebreaker 0 Day from your deck to your hand. Oh, okay. Okay. Goki Iron Claw. During the damage step, when your Goki monster battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Until the end of this turn, your monster gains 500 attack. And if it does, it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one Goki card from your deck to your hand. Except Goki Iron Claw, you can only use each effect of Goki Iron Claw once per turn. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Running a Goki deck, you can just discard this to give your monster a boost, your Goki monster a boost, and it becomes unaffected by opponent card effects, which can be pretty nice. Crimson Resonator, it's a Fiend Tuner. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If the only other monster you control is exactly one Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you can special summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from your hand or deck. Except Crimson Resonator. You can only use each effect of Crimson Resonator once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters the turn you activate either of this card's effects. Pretty sure this has to do with Red Dragon Archfiend. Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, Fusion Deployment. Ooh, we start off with an ultra rare. Something to note, in Eternity Code, every pack has a foil, has a holographic card, and I'm pretty sure they got rid of the rare where it was just the silver lettering. I'm pretty sure they got rid of that, so we only have super rare and up for this pack. So this one, reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon from your hand or deck one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on that card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters the turn you activate this card. You can only activate one fusion deployment per turn. I like it. I think it's cool. Don't know that we're going to see it a whole lot. I'm trying to think of like fusion heavy decks right now. Shadal's maybe, but none of them specifically list cards, so this doesn't really help with that. Then we've got, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tricky because you can't get your Ixies, Synchro, Link monsters out the turn you use this card. So it's going to be interesting to see if this helps any decks out or anything. Red Familiar, you contribute 1 Fiend monster, then target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster you control and declare a level from 1 to 8. That monster becomes that level until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Red Familiar once per turn. Okay. Nemesis Drastia. Target one of your Nemesis monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Special summon it, but if its original level is 11 or higher, it cannot activate its effects per this turn. You can only activate 1 Nemesis Drastia per turn. Ancient Warrior Saga. Borrowing of Arrows. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and 1 Ancient Warriors monster you control. Until the end of this turn, have that opponent's monster's attack, and if you do, add that lost attack to your monster. Okay, so like Riroku back in the day. If this card is sent to the GY while you control Ancient Warriors monsters with 2 or more different attributes, you can place 1 Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap from your hand or deck face up on your field. Except Borrowing of Arrows, you can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, I do remember seeing, I think the water Ancient Warriors, I think the water ones were brought in with Eternity Code. And we got Fearsome Zhang Yuan. All other Ancient Warriors monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects of Zhang Yuan once per turn. At the start of the damage step, when your Ancient Warriors monster battles an opponent's face-up monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, that opponent's monster loses 1,000 attack. Okay. If a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm interested to see if Ancient Warriors ever actually becomes anything, because I know right now we're seeing Adamancipators and Eldritch kind of destroy the meta and everything, and Ancient Warriors just sounds cool to me. I like the concept. I wish we saw more megalith stuff going on. There's something about megaliths that just seems really cool to me. So let's see what we get here. Resonator command. Discard 1 Resonator monster. Add 1 level 4 lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. Always good to get cards from the deck. Buzzsaw Shark. You can target 1 water monster you control. Special summon from your deck in defense position 1 fish monster with the same level as that monster but with a different name. And if you do, it cannot activate its effects this turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Xyz monsters. You can only use this effect of Buzzsaw Shark once per turn. If this card is used for the Xyz summon of a water monster, it can be treated as a level 3 or 5. That's interesting. Really help out Xyz decks. Almost good for Rika decks because they're all water. So almost good there, except for the fact that they really need plants. So, okay, here we go. A Plunder Patrol. We got Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol. You can send 1 other Plunder Patrol monster card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your GY, you can discard 1 card, special summon this card, but you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except Plunder Patrol monsters. You can only use each effect of Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol, once per turn. Okay. So, let's see. Goki, the Power Load Ogre. 2+ Warrior, Link monster. Link 4. Okay. Gains attack equal to the combined Link ratings of all other Link monsters you control times 200. Okay, so it becomes a big beat stick. This Link summon card is unaffected by other cards' effects. Okay. You contribute 1 Goki Link monster, then target cards on the field up to its Link rating. Destroy them. Pretty good. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, so I think what I want to see after Eternity Code, I want to see Gokis make play. I want to see Plunder Patrol, and I want to see Ancient Warriors. Do I think... that's 3. Do I think any of this is going to happen? I think Gokis might. I don't think Plunder Patrol or Ancient Warriors are going to happen, though. Ooh, Valiant Shark Lancer. This is a super rare. It's a Beast Warrior, Ixies, rank 5. You need 2 level 5 monsters to make it. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls, detach 1 material from an Ixies monster you control, and if you do, destroy that monster. This is a quick effect if you control another Water Ixies monster. If another Water Ixies monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while you control this monster, you can take 1 spell from your deck and place it on top of your deck. You can only use each effect of Valiant Shark Lancer once per turn. Okay, not too bad. Pride of the Plunder Patrol. If your Plunder Patrol monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, draw a card. If you control a Plunder Patrol monster, you can send this face-up card from your field to the GY, then activate 1 of these effects. Okay, your opponent draws a card and you look at their hand and send 1 monster from it to the graveyard. Look at your opponent's extra deck and send 1 monster from it to the graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. It lets you draw cards. It can help you disrupt some plays, I guess, letting your opponent draw and then go ahead and get rid of some troublesome card in their hand, I guess. Might be useful. Torpedo Takedown. Target 1 Water Ixies monster you control, detach 1 material from it, inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each card in your hand, and if you do, that monster gains attack equal to the damage inflicted until the end of this turn. You can banish this card and 1 Water Ixies monster from your graveyard. Draw 2 cards. You can only use 1 Torpedo Takedown effect per turn, and only once that turn. Ixies Revive Splash. Target 1 rank 4 lower Ixies monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Its attribute becomes water. You can banish this card from your GY, then target 1 Water Ixies monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck 1 Water Ixies monster that it is 1 rank higher than that monster you control by using it as material. Okay. I could see that maybe working for something. Noctovision Dragon. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a face-down card you control, quick effect. You can banish this card from your GY, negate that effect. Also, your opponent cannot target that face-down card with card effects for the rest of this turn. You can only use each of the following effects of Noctovision Dragon once per turn. If a Dark Dragon monster is special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the GY as link material, you can draw a card. Okay. I can see this one actually working out pretty good. It's 1, 2, 3, level 7. So, okay. Level 7 dragon. Let's see. I mean, it's just looking for a dark dragon monster to be special summoned. That's not too hard. Okay, let's see. What have we got? Goki Ironclaw again. Marincess. Oh, that's right. The Marincess cards were getting more support here. So, Marincess Basilalima. If a monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can only use each of the following effects of Marincess Basilalima once per turn. You can banish 1 Marincess trap from your graveyard, add 1 Marincess trap with a different name from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished, you can target 1 face-up monster you control. It gains 600 attack. Okay. I don't think that's going to see too much play, but it might. Deep Sea Artisan. Oh, that artwork is beautiful. There's something about it that, I don't know, I really like that artwork. If this card is added from the deck or GY to your hand by an effect of a water monster, you can reveal this card. Look at your opponent's hand. If this card is special summon... Wait. If this card is added from the deck or GY to your hand by an effect of a water monster, you can reveal this card to look at your opponent's hand. Okay, so you can see if they've got like a Nibiru or an Ash Blossom or whatever. Prepare yourself a little for that. If this card is special summon, you can send the top card of your deck to the GY, then target one level 4 or lower water monster in your GY, except DC Artisan. Special summon it, but negate its effects. You can only use each effect of Deep Sea Artisan once per turn. I could see that being a little useful. Super Heavy Samurai Wagon. When this card is normal or special summon, you can change its battle position. This card can attack while in face-up defense position. Okay, just like all the other Super Heavy Samurais. If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation. If you have no spells, traps in your graveyard, you can change this face-up defense position card you control to attack position, and if you do, add one Super Heavy Samurai Soul Monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, I guess. Ooh, Plunder Patrol Party! If you control a Plunder Patrol monster, draw cards equal to the number of equip cards you control plus 1. Then shuffle cards from your hand into the deck equal to the number of equip cards you control. You can only use the effect of Plunder Patrol Party once per turn. If you special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, you can equip this card to that special summon monster as an equip card that gives it 500 attack. You can use it once per duel. Ooh, that's a hard hit. Okay, here's a name for you. It's a Cataclysmic Circumpolar Chilblania. It's a water fairy. If a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the GY. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay. Potential. Rainbow Zoo. Ooh, a pendulum monster. Let's see. So the pendulum effect is once per turn you can target a face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to the difference between the number of cards in the extra decks times 100. Okay. Interesting. Its monster effect is that it gains attack during your turn only and gains defense during your opponent's turn only. Each equal to the difference between the number of cards in the extra decks times 200. If this card attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase. If this card in your monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. Okay. I don't think people are going to play it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's going to be good enough. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, a level 7, so maybe that's something that people are going to be looking for. And Link Burst. Target one Link monster you control and one monster your opponent controls. Destroy them, then draw one card. You can only activate one Link Burst per turn. Not sure too many. I mean, people might play this. I don't know. I'm not big into links, so I don't know. I struggle with understanding links, even though I know they're a big part of the meta. I struggle with it. And then we've got a Nemesis and a Drostia again. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to find ways to use that Link Burst card. I just can't think of any because I really struggle with links. I do. Okay, let's see. We got Unchained Twin Sarama. Okay. I've gotten this one before in the Ignition Assault as a super rare. So, Trias Hierarchia. Okay, it's a fairy. During the main phase of this card is in your hand or GY quick effect, you contribute up to 3 fairy monsters. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. then you can apply the following effects in sequence depending on the number of attributed monsters. So if you do 2+, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. If you do 3, you then get to draw 2 cards. Okay, you can only use this effect once per turn. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't think fairies are really going to be making a comeback, but maybe I'm wrong. Another Deep Sea Artisan. AIQ. Activate only if you control an Ad Ignister monster once per turn during your standby phase. Tribute one Link monster or destroy this card. Each player can only Link summon a monster once per turn while this card is face up on the field. Okay, so this is kind of like going for a stall strategy. I don't know how well it's going to work, considering the fact that I'm seeing a lot of combo decks play where it's all about you go first and just set it up so that your opponent can't do anything. So I don't know how useful this is really going to be. But maybe, ooh, secret rare, Titanocider probably. That just looks awesome. That just looks awesome. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck. Change its attack to 0, and if you do, negate its effects. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck while this card is in your GY, except the turn this card was sent to the GY, you can set this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. That's pretty good. I like that. The only problem is that there's so many negates out there. So many negates that I don't know how well it's actually going to work in play. So many negates. Flourishing Frolic. Excavate the top cards in your deck. Equal to the number of Flourishing Frolic in your GY plus 3. And if you excavate at least one monster, one spell, and one trap, add one of them to your hand and send the other cards to the GY. If you did not, shuffle all excavated cards into your deck. You can only activate one Flourishing Frolic per turn. So you get to excavate a minimum of 3, maximum of 6. And you need to get one monster, one spell, and one trap to get one of those into your hand. Considering no one really plays traps, I don't know how well it's going to work. But I don't know. Maybe there are some very creative people out there that this could probably work great for. TAOTIE Dragon, TAOTIE. 2+ monster special summon from the extra deck. Okay. It's Link 3. This card gains effects based on the card types of materials used for its Link summon. You've got Fusion. If you use Fusion, your opponent cannot activate monsters' effects during the battle phase. Okay. If you use Synchro, your opponent cannot activate spell trap cards and effects during your main phase. And if you use Ixies, your opponent cannot activate the effects of cards in the GY during your main phase or battle phase. Okay. Parallel Exceed. If this card is special summoned by the effect of Parallel Exceed, its level becomes 4 and its original attack defense become halved. You can only use each of the following effects of Parallel Exceed once per turn. If you Link summon, you can special summon this card from your hand to your zone that Link monster points to. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Parallel Exceed from your deck. Okay. So you could easily get 2 out. All you've got to do a Link summon, bam, first one goes down. And then you can go ahead and use the effect that because it was special summoned, you can then get one from your deck. Unfortunately, though, they're once per turn, so I'm pretty sure you can't use it to get the third one out. And then another Red Familiar. I think Parallel Exceed is going to see some play here. The ability to special summon and then to special summon from the deck, those are big things. So I think we're going to see some Parallel Exceed plays out there. Let's see. Proxy F Magician. Fire Cyburst. 2 effect monsters. During your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your field as fusion material. If a fusion monster is fusion summoned to a zone this card points to, you can special summon 1 monster with 1,000 or less attack from your hand. You can only use each effect of Proxy F Magician once per turn. Okay, some potential there. Stairs of Mail. During your main phase, you can activate this effect. Discard 1 Tindangle card, and if you do apply one of these effects, change 1 face down defense position monster you control to face up attack position. Okay. Change 1 face up attack position monster you control to face down defense position. This turn you cannot discard another card with the same name for the effect of Stairs of Mail. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, you can't, you have to make sure they're different cards you discard, but yeah. Okay. Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol. Pyrwraith, the Ghost Pirate. I love that name. If a face-up water monster you control, except Pyrwraith, is destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card is in your GY, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And if you do, it gains 100 attack for each water monster in your GY until the end of the next turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. Maybe. Ooh, and it must have been fire. The fire ancient warriors, not the water ones. I must have misremembered there. Ambitious Cow Day. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce these, and I'm sorry. So while you control another ancient warriors monster, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Ancient Warrior of Ambitious Cow Day once per turn. If a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 1 other card from your hand or field to the GY, special summon this card from your hand. Okay. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the GY, you can special summon that monster to your field in defense position. Okay. That's pretty cool. Deep Sea Sentry. That's some pretty cool art there. If this card is sent to the GY to activate a water monster's effect, you can make your opponent banish 1 card from their hand face up until the end phase. If this card is special summon, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the GY, then target 1 level 4 or lower water monster in your GY, except Deep Sea Sentry. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Deep Sea Sentry once per turn. Okay. King Beast Barbaros. Okay. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can tribute monsters whose total levels equal 8 or more to special summon this card from your hand. You can banish 1 Barbaros monster from your GY or face-up field, then target 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy them. Okay. Pretty good. Goki Guts. I've gotten this one as a super rare from the Ignition Assault Special Edition. The defense position card cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. During your main phase, you can make all Goki monsters you control gain 200. If this card is sent from the field to the GY, you can add 1 Goki card from your deck to your hand, except Goki Guts. So, standard Goki fare. Super Heavy Samurai Swordmaster Musashi. It's a Machine Synchro, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can target 1 machine monster in your GY. Add it to your hand. Also, if you have a spell trap in your GY, you cannot normal or special summon. If you have a spell trap in your GY, you cannot normal or special summon it or a monster with its name for the rest of this turn. Okay. This card can attack while in face-up defense position. If it does, applies defense for damage calculation. Okay. I'm not a big fan of the Super Heavy Samurais, but let me know if you are. Let's see. Ooh, Deep Sea Minstrel. Look at that art. That's pretty awesome. It's a level 3 tuner. You can discard this card and one water monster, look at your opponent's hand, and banish a card from their hand face up until the end phase. If this card is special summon, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the GY, then target one level 4 or lower water monster in your GY, except Deep Sea Minstrel, and place it on the top or bottom of the deck. Only be used once per turn. Okay. Pinpoint Dash. Each player reveals one face down card from their extra deck. If they are the same type, Fusion, Synchro, Ixies, or Link, send your opponent's card to the GY, and if you do, special summon your card. Then, if the cards have the same original type and attribute, your opponent loses life points equal to their revealed card's attack. Ooh. Otherwise, send your card to the GY, and if you do, your opponent special summons their card. You can only activate one Pinpoint Dash per turn. That's a little risky. I'm trying to, I guess you could use it, but I don't know. I feel like it's a little too risky. Maybe I'm trying to think, because a lot of decks use Link monsters, Synchro, and Ixie. I guess maybe, Fusion, if you run, a Fusion heavy deck, extra deck, this might be good. But yeah. Perform a Pal turn Trooper. At the start of your battle phase, you can place a counter on this card. This card gains the following effect based on the number of counters it has. With one counter once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can negate that attack. And with 2, you contribute this card, banish all monsters on the field until your opponent's second end phase. So you've got to keep it alive for 2 turns in order to get a decent effect. Buzzsaw Shark. Ooh. Area of the Water Charmer Gentle. Look at that. That looks so sick as a super rare. So it's a Link monster, Link 2. You need 2 monsters, including a water monster. And it's always treated as a familiar possessed monster. Card, I should say. You can target one water monster in your opponent's GY, special summon it to your zone this card points to. If this Link summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in its owner's monster zone, you can add one water monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. I don't think this is going to be a lot of play. It requires your monster to have... It requires your opponent to run water monsters. They're fun ideas, but I don't think that the Charmers are actually that good. But... Nemesis Adrastia, Borrowing of Arrows, Zhang Wan, Splash Mage. It's a Link 2, Cybers... 2 Cybers monsters. You can target one Cybers monster in your GY, special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Cybers monsters. You can only use the effect once per turn. I don't know. Am I completely wrong about how useful some of these cards are? If so, please tell me. I'm trying to learn, trying to see what strategies people are coming up with. We got another Pyraith, AIQ, Trias, Super Heavy Samurai Wagon. Ooh, Scripton. Looks almost like a cross between Mysterio from Marvel and Bane almost. Huh. Okay, so level 5, 1500. You can banish one Cybers monster from your GY except Scripton. Special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the GY as material for the Link summon of a Cybers monster, you can target one banished monster, shuffle it into the deck. Okay, you can only use each effect of Scripton once per turn. So, you banish the Cybers monster, special summon it, use it for a Link summon, get that Cybers monster back into your deck. Not too bad. Deep Sea Sentry, King Beast Barbaros, Goki Guts, Super Heavy Samurai Swordmaster Musashi. got Golden Hair, the newest Plunder Patrol, Goki the Power Load Ogre, Megalith! Ooh, Megalith support. Megalith Unformed. Activate one of these effects. All monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack for each ritual monster on the field until the end of this turn. Okay. Ritual summon one Megalith ritual monster from your deck in defense position by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal exactly twice its level. Okay. But it gets it from the deck, which is nice. And it's a quick play, so that's pretty nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. Unchained Twin Sarama. I don't think I read it the first time, but it's you can target one Unchained card in your GY, except Unchained Twin Sarama, set it to your field, then destroy one card you control. If this card on the field is destroyed by card effect, except Sarama, or by battle, you can special summon one Unchained monster from your hand or deck, except Sarama. You can only use each effect once per turn. Nemesis Umbrella. That's an interesting looking card. You can target one of your banished monsters except Nemesis Umbrella. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, shuffle that target into the deck. That's nice. You can target one Nemesis monster in your graveyard except Nemesis Umbrella. Add it to your hand. Okay. So it's all about recycling your cards. Your Nemesis cards, which I guess is a new archetype. Pride of the Plunder Patrol, Lantern Shark, all the sharks. If this card is normal or special summon, you can activate this effect. Special summon one level 3, 4, or 5 water monster from your hand in defense position, except Lantern Shark. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Xyz monsters. You can only use this effect of Lantern Shark once per turn. If this card is used for the Xyz of a water monster, you can do level 3 or 5. Then we've got Bluebeard, the Plunder Patrol Shipwright. If you control a Plunder Patrol monster except Bluebeard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from the hand or monster zone to the GY, you can discard one card, draw one card. You can only use each effect of Bluebeard once per turn. Okay. Okay. Flourishing Frolic. That Bluebeard really has me intrigued. Man, now I really want to build like a Plunder Patrol deck. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Kind of sad. Only one ultra rare so far. But we'll see. Deep Sea Minstrel. Golden Hair. Pinpoint Dash. Goldilocks the Battle Landscaper. If this card is normal or special summoned to a zone that is not the center main monster zone, destroy this card. This card gains 3,000 attack while in the center main monster zone. Once per turn, you can choose one of your unused main monster zones, move this card from your main monster zone to that zone, then destroy all other cards in the column of the zone this card was in. The column of the zone this card is moved to, and all columns in between. That's rough. That's rough. So you gotta special summon it, normal or special summon it, to something other than the center zone, but then you can move it around and just destroy cards like crazy, but it has 0 attack unless it's in the center zone, and then it gains 3,000. That's an interesting one. Ooh, Gusari, Adignister. That looks pretty dope. When a Link monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. When your Link monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that destroyed monster's original attack. When an attack is declared involving a Link monster you control and an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your GY. The attacks of those monsters become 3,000. Huh. So they end up tying. Interesting. Cataclysmic, Circumpolar, Chiblani, Rainbow Zoo, Link Burst, Nemesis Adrastia. Okay, ooh. Ancient Warriors Deceptive Jiawen. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, send it to the GY, and if you do, have the attack of 2 face-up monsters on the field until the end of this turn. If a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one Ancient Warriors card in your GY, except Deceptive Jiawen. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Deceptive Jiawen once per turn. Crimson Resonator, Resonator Command, Buzzsaw Shark, Nemesis, Corridor. You can target one of your banished monsters, except Corridor, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do shuffle that target into the deck, you can target one of your banished Nemesis monsters, except Corridor, add it to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Another Parallel Exceed, Link Burst, Ixie's Revive Splash, Magical Hound. It's a level 1 tuner. If this card is in your hand or GY, you can target one face-up spell trap your opponent controls, return it to the hand, and if you do special summon this card, you can only use this effect of Magical Hound once per duel. Man, those once per duels, you know, those are going to get you. Okay, we're almost done with I guess it was the left side of the box. So we got Goki the Powerload Ogre, Resonator Command, Codebreaker Virus Berserker. It's a Link 3, requires 2+ monsters, including a Codebreaker. When this card is special summoned, if it is co-linked, you can special summon up to 2 Codebreaker monsters from your hand and or GY to any zones a Link monster points to. During your main phase, you can destroy spells, traps your opponent controls up to the number of Link Codebreaker monsters on the field. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay. Proxy F Magician, Armored Bitron. Let's see. You contribute this card, special summon one Cyberse monster from your deck, except Armored Bitron, but negate its effects. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except Cyberse monsters. If a Link 3 or higher Link monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is in your GY, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Armored Bitron once per turn. Another Magical Hound, Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. It's a Link 2 that requires 2 effect monsters. When this card is special summoned, if it is co-linked, you can special summon one Codebreaker 0 day from your hand, deck, or GY to any zone a Link monster points to. During the end phase, if this card is in the GY because it was destroyed while in your possession by an opponent's card and sent there this turn, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Codebreaker Virus Swordsman once per turn. And another Lantern Shark and Salamangreat Zebroid X. While this card is in your GY, if a Salamangreat Link monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon 2 level 4 Salamangreat monsters from your GY, including this card, but negate their effects. And if you do, immediately after this effect resolves, Ixie summon one Salamangreat Ixie's monster, using only those 2 monsters. You can only use this effect of Salamangreat Zebroid X once per turn. An Ixie's monster that was summoned using this card gains 300 attack for each material attached to it. I'm not too familiar with Salamangreats. I know that they've been a big deck. Is that something that's going to bring them back? What do you think? I don't know. Are you a Salamangreat player? I am not. I came in a little late for Salamangreats. I came back a little late for Salamangreats. We got Necroquip Prism again, Codebreaker 0 day, Evil Eye Reemergence. Special summon one familiar of the Evil Eye token. If Evil Eye of Selene is in your spell and trap zone, you can special summon 2 instead. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except Fiend monsters. You can banish this card from your GY. Your opponent cannot target Evil Eye spells, traps you control with card effects this turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. Basilalima. Ooh, Dragon Maid Shio. Oh, I forgot Dragon Maids were getting some new support here. And we've got a second ultra rare from the set. This requires a Dragon Maid monster and 1 level 5 or higher Dragon monster. During each standby phase, you can special summon 1 level 9 or lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand or GY. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Also, after that, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon 1 House Dragon Maid from your extra deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. That's pretty good. TAOTIE Dragon, Red Familiar, Zhang Yuan, and Cataclysmic Circumpolar Chili Blana. Okay, so now we're on to the, I guess it's the right side of the box. Let's see how we fare here. Let's take a look. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Evil Eye Reemergence. Marincess Basilalima. Deceptive Jiawen. Crimson Resonator. Malice, Lady of Lament. That's some pretty cool artwork. Quick effect, you contribute 2 monsters, then target one of your normal traps that is banished or in your GY. Set that target, but place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. Interesting. Swordmaster Musashi, Goki Guts, Zebroid X, Thunder Dragon Lord. Okay, this was a card I did know about, and I know a lot of people are excited for this. It cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 1 level 8 or lower Thunder monster from your hand or face up field during the turn a Thunder monster's effect was activated in the hand. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish 2 cards from your GY, including a Thunder monster, then target 1 Thunder monster you control. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects this turn. Once per turn, during your end phase, you can send 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to the GY. So there you go for all you Thunder Dragon fans. You got your Thunder Dragon Lord. Will it be enough to bring the deck back? Probably not, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun. So we've got Sarama, Megalith Unformed, Basilalima, Stairs of Mail, the Arrival Cybers at Ignister. Okay. It's a Link 6. Dang. 3+ monsters with different attributes. You can only control 1 of these cards. The original attack of this card becomes 1,000 times the number of Link materials used for its Link summon. Okay, so it can be a big beat stick. Unaffected by other card effects. Once per turn, you can target 1 other monster on the field, destroy it, and if you do, special summon a token to your zone this card points to. Okay. TAOTIE Dragon, Red Familiar, Zhang Yuan, Torpedo Takedown. Let's see here. What do we got? Pinpoint Dash, Turn Trooper, Buzzsaw Shark, Power Load Ogre, Plunder Patrol, Ship Shipping. Say that 20 times fast. Fusion summon 1 Fiend Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. You can banish this card from your GY, then target 1 Plunder Patrol monster you control. Equip 1 emblem of the Plunder Patrol or 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to that target. You can only use this effect of Plunder Patrol once per turn. Red Familiar. There's our 3rd Parallel X-Seed. We'll see what we can do with it. Virus Swordsman, Rainbow Zoo. Okay. This half is taking a lot less time since we've already read most of the card effects. Let's see. Goldilocks Battle Landscaper, Virus Berserker, Jiawen, Evil Eye Reemergence. Ooh, Gearsu, the Orcus Mech Knight. We got 2 secret rares. Okay. I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that this is actually a really freaking good card in the OCG and has really helped shape that. So what it does is if it's normal or special summon, you can send an Orcus or World Legacy card from your deck to the GY. Then if there are 2 or more other cards in this card's column, treat this card as tuner this turn. If you control no other monsters, you can special summon a World Legacy token to both players' fields in defense position. You can only use each effect of Girsu once per turn. Okay. Oh, that looks great. Jablana, 4th Parallel Exceed, Link Burst, Revive Splash. Okay. I'm predicting we'll get 1 more Ultra Rare, and the rest are just going to be Supers. Just going to be Supers, huh? Supers are great. Resonator Command, Virus Berserker, Proxy F Magician, Deep Sea Minstrel, Gachiri, Adignister. Okay. The first time each Cyberse monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect each turn. It is not destroyed. You can only use each of the following effects of Gachiri once per turn. You can target 1 Cyberse effect monster you control, negate its effects, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from the field to your GY, you can target 1 face-up monster you control. That target is unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Okay. Swordmaster Musashi, Goki Guts, Zebroid X, Thunder Dragon Lord. We got 2 of those. That's pretty awesome. I am surprised, though. I would have thought that Dragon Lord would have been like a super rare. But what do I know? Not much. Deep Sea Minstrel, Turn Trooper, Iron Claw, Bessa La Lima, Marince's Great Bubble Reef. It's a Link 4 that requires 2+ water monsters. Once per turn during each standby phase, you can banish a water monster from your GY or face-up field, draw a card. Each time a monster is banished face-up, this card gains 600 attack for each until the end of this turn. You can send a water monster from your hand to the GY, special summon one of your banished Marincess monsters. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay. We got Magical Hound, Pride of the Plunder Patrol, Lantern Shark, and another Bluebeard. Come on, give me another Ultra Rare. Trios, Deep Sea Artisan, AIQ, Deep Sea Minstrel, Linkross! We pulled Linkross! Ooh. There's our last Ultra Rare. I'm guessing the last few packs are Supers only. But man, Linkross. So if you don't know, it's a Link 1 that requires that you use a Link 2 or higher Link monster to create. And when it's Link Summon, you special summon Link tokens up to the Link rating of the monster used for the Link Summon. But the Link tokens can't be used as Link material for the rest of the turn. However, that's fine. People just use them in order to go ahead and synchro, typically. Synchro summon. So, wow, can't believe I got Linkross. Noctovision Dragon, Borrowing of Arrows, Swordsman, Adrastia. Okay. I don't think I have enough sleeves over here. Oops. Megalith Unformed, Bessa Lima, Stairs of Mail, Buzzsaw Shark. Oh, it's a trap. Witchcrafter Patronus. You can target one of your spellcaster monsters that is banished, or in your GY, shuffle it into the deck. And if you do, add 1 Witchcrafter spell from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your GY except the turn it was sent there, you can banish this card. Then target any number of your banished Witchcrafter spells with different names, add them to your hand. You can only use each effect of Witchcrafter Patronus once per turn. Okay. Noctovision Dragon, Flourishing Frolic, TAOTIE Dragon, another Parallel Exceed. Anyone need Parallel Exceed? I've got a few for you. Okay. Golden Hair, Pyraith, Necroquit Prism, Codebreaker Zero Day. Oh, it's another trap. Red Rain. If you control a level 8 or higher higher synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field except the monsters with the highest level. Also, the remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects except their own until the end of this turn. If a Dark Dragon Synchro monster is Synchro summoned to your field while this card is in your GY, you can add this card to your hand. Okay, that's pretty cool. Red Familiar, Parallel Exceed, Virus Swordsman, Rainbow Zoo. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. AIQ, Trias, Super Heavy Samurai Wagon, Sarama, Ancient Ware's Ingenious Zhugkong. If this card is added from the deck to your hand by the effect of an Ancient Warriors card, you can special summon it. When a spell trap card is activated, quick effect. You can send a face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap you control to the GY, negate the activation. Okay. When a monster effect is activated while you control Virtuous Liu Zhuan, quick effect, you can send one face-up Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap you control to the GY to negate the activation. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so you gotta sacrifice your continuous cards in order to, but you can negate, and to do monsters you need Liu Zhuan. Zhuan. Thunder Dragon Lord again, that gives us 3. Pride of the Plunder Patrol, Torpedo Takedown, Xyz Revive Splash. Next we've got Deep Sea Artisan, Super Heavy Samurai Wagon, Proxy F Magician, Stairs of Mail. Oh. Rose Girl! It's a plant tuner, level 3. If a face-up plant monster you control is sent to the GY, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a plant monster is on the field and this card is in your GY, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use one effect per turn and only once that turn. I keep debating if this card is going to be good for Rika's or not. We'll have to see. We'll have to play around. Flourishing Frolic, Borrowing of Arrows, Virus Swordsman, Adrastia. Okay, last one. I'm guessing it's a super rare, but I would love it to be a 3rd secret, or I think it would be our 4th ultra. 3rd or 4th ultra, 3rd secret. Probably a super, though. So let's see. Golden Hair, Pinpoint Dash, Goldilocks, Pyraith. It's a monster. What do you think it is? Ooh, Arch Nemesis Protoss. It's an ultra rare. It cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 monsters with different attributes from your GY and or face-up field. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can declare 1 monster attribute on the field. Destroy all monsters on the field with that attribute. Also, until the end of your next turn, neither player can special summon monsters with that attribute. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's pretty awesome. Pretty hard to get out though. Three different attributes, huh? Might be good with like the Ancient Warriors cards. Who knows? Deep Sea Sentry, Magical Hound, King Beast Barbaros, and Bluebeard the Plunder Patrol Shipwright. Okay, well, that's our haul this time. I've got to go. I think I've got to go get some more sleeves. I don't think I have enough. But yeah, until next time, thank you, Konami, for sending out this Eternity Code box. Still can't believe I pulled Link Cross. I'll just show off real quick. One more time. For the folks at home, all the cool rares we got. Gearsu was a really good pull. And then we've got... I'm interested to see Nemesis evolve over time. I'm really interested to see what happens with Ancient Warriors. And yeah, what are you most excited about from Eternity Code? What do you think is really going to shine after Eternity Code? Do you think we're going to get a ban list this next week? Even though there aren't any official tournaments happening, do you think one's going to happen, or do you think they're going to wait until normal play resumes? Let us know in the comments. And until next time, we're out.